When we introduce ourselves to a room full of people, we usually do it like this. Hi, my name is Sheena. I have a background in forestry, but I have been working in the call center industry for 5 years now. I've handled both inbound and outbound calls, including sales and customer service. Outside of work, I like gardening and growing flowers and vegetables. I'm looking forward to this training and getting to know everyone. And generally, it does the job. But if you want to be more memorable, try introducing yourself through storytelling. Like this. Hi, my name is Sheena. If you had told me years ago that I would end up in the call center industry, I probably wouldn't have believed you. My background is actually in forestry, and I always thought my career would revolve around nature, but life has a funny way of leading us to unexpected places. I needed more stability and new opportunities, so I took a leap into customer service. That was 5 years ago. Since then, I've handled all sorts of calls, not just customer service, but also sales. Outside of work, I still keep my connection to nature. I love gardening, whether it's flowers or veggies. So if you're into gardening too, let's chat. Looking forward to learning with you all and making the most of this training. So what's the difference between the first and the second example? Well, the first example sounded like an enumeration of random information, like a list of bullet points, just information after information. And on top of that, it was also repetitive. There were 3 sentences that started with I have in succession. They call this anaphora, by the way, and it's a rhetorical device. But in this instance, anaphora does not at all serve a purpose. It just makes the introduction repetitive and flat, like it's a list of bullet points. The second example, however, sounded way more engaging because of the following. First, it did not sound like a list of bullet points to be checked off. The pieces of information were weaved coherently. It created a smooth transition between forestry and call center. It explains why the speaker from forestry ended up in a call center. In short, it told a story. And if you want your self-introduction to be more memorable and impactful, you have to tell a story. Unlike a mere enumeration of dry facts, stories actually keep the listeners curious about what happens next. Another thing is that storytelling is primitive. Our brains respond to it like a magnet. Our ancestors used stories to warn about dangers, pass down traditions and knowledge, and make sense of the world. So even if it's just a very basic storytelling about your background, the delivery becomes way more engaging than just mentioning a list of bullet points. Story is a 3-act structure. It has a beginning, middle, and end. They also call this the setup, the confrontation, and the resolution. I'm just going to leave you to read all of these because I'm going to give you a slightly different format when introducing yourself to a room full of people using storytelling. So you start with a hook and then context, turning point, present and purpose, and invitation to connect. Let's discuss each of them. This is the hook. It is the attention grabber at the start. It makes people want to listen by sparking curiosity, emotion, or connection. It can be a relatable statement. For example, have you ever found yourself in a job that you never expected? When you hear this, people can relate, and so they want to listen more. Or it could be a surprising fact. I actually started my career in forestry, not customer service. Oh, really? Tell me more. Or it could be a personal anecdote. 5 years ago, I took a job just to pay the bills. Turns out I found a career I love. And the next part is context. So the context establishes the normal before the change arises. It answers the questions, who you were, your past experiences, background, or what led you to this moment. So in short, it gives your introduction depth by showing where you're coming from. The next part is the turning point. The turning point is the shift, the change, or the key moment that led you from your past, which is the context, to your present situation. It answers the questions, what changed? Or why did you transition? Something must have happened that resulted in you deciding to work in a call center instead of working in forestry. Present and purpose. It is where you are now, your current role, situation, or what brought you to this moment. It's also what you aim to do. It could be your goals, enthusiasm, or what you're currently looking forward to. And the last part is the invitation to connect. This is like the closing to your introduction. You want to end with an open door. You want to be approachable, whether it's a goal, a question, or a way for others to relate. So it could be a shared interest. I'm looking forward to learning from all of you. Let's make this a great experience together. This part just makes you more approachable and leaves the door open for future conversations. This one's for a job interview. No storytelling. I'm Sheena. I've been in the call center industry for 4 years, handling banking, healthcare, and telco accounts. My focus is both on efficiency and quality, resolving issues while making sure customers feel heard. I review call histories, listen actively, and adjust my approach based on customers' experience. I'm looking forward to bringing that mindset to your company. It was okay. It enumerated the information about the applicant. It does the job. But this kind of introduction would not be as memorable as this. Hi, I'm Sheena. For me, great customer service isn't just about quantity, but also about quality. I've been in the call center industry for 4 years, handling various accounts like banking, healthcare, and telco. At first, I thought the job was all about efficiency, resolving issues quickly, and moving on. But over time, I noticed a pattern. Customers who had been transferred multiple times weren't just frustrated, they were exhausted. At first, I focused on quick fixes, thinking that was all they needed. But I realized that was only 50% of the solution. The other 50% was about making them feel heard. So I changed my approach. Instead of rushing in, I started listening first, letting them vent, and making sure they felt I was truly paying attention. Now, I want to bring that mindset to your company. This role feels like the perfect fit, and I'm eager for a chance to grow alongside the team. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the version with storytelling looks twice as long as the one without storytelling. Yes, it does make the introduction longer, but it does it in a way that engages the audience. Now, if you're just listing bullet points, sure, it's shorter, but it's not going to be as memorable. The one without storytelling. I'm Sheena, 32 years old. I worked in a call center for 5 years before moving to Palawan to focus on agriculture. I want to learn more than just the basics of growing food and raising animals. I want to understand the science behind it. That's why I'm here, ready to learn and exchange ideas. It sounds okay, but with storytelling, it could be more polished. Hello everyone, I'm Sheena. As you can probably tell, I'm older than most of you, but they say education knows no age, so here I am. My background: I was a call center agent for 5 years in the city, but I realized that city life just wasn't for me. I wanted to have a garden, grow my own food, and breathe fresher air. So I relocated to Palawan. No earthquakes, no frequent typhoons or calamities. Perfect for agriculture. But here was the problem. I have this nagging feeling that there's more to agriculture than just growing food and animals. This is why I'm here. I want to dive deeper and understand the science behind it. I'm so excited to learn, grow, and exchange knowledge with all of you, fellow future agriculturists. So those are examples. If you're expecting to introduce yourself in front of a large group of people soon, I highly recommend that you start drafting your self-introduction now. It doesn't have to be lengthy. You just have to keep it short, sweet, and simple, but still upholding the format of storytelling. And you'll thank yourself for it. But of course, you should not forget about the nonverbals. I'm talking about eye contact, smiling, your tone of voice. So I recommend that you watch this video. I'm going to link it at the top. It's about how to appear confident in a call center job interview, but it's going to be just as useful for you in other types of settings. It talks about body language, how it helps you not just appear confident, but also feel confident. So after this video, watch this video. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know. Leave them in the comments below. I always read the comments. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.